delimitation is one of the important topic or one of the important issue for your mains exam. Now Article 82 of the Constitution talks about delimitation. Now basically this delimitation, the role of delimitation is to decide territorial constituency. Territorial constituencies. So ultimately right now you know that we have 543 Lok Sabha seats. Okay, or you can say we have 543 member of parliament in Lok Sabha. So it means we have 543 territorial constituencies. Now how this territorial constituency is decided? So this territorial constituency is decided on the basis of population. So first of all we'll understand that how you can say using the population data we decide territorial constituency. Clear? Now we'll take one simple example to understand this concept of territorial constituency. For example, if there is two states, state 1 and state 2. Now if suppose state 1 is having 5 lakh population and state 2 is having 1 lakh population, and if suppose we go for equal representation in Lok Sabha, clear? So it means that 1 MP from each state. But this is injustice, okay, or you can say unfair, clear, for democracy. So we come out with one formula that population is taken as a criteria. For example, 1 lakh population will, or you can say 1 MP will represent 1 lakh population. So it means for state 2, 1 MP is justified. But for state 1, we need 5 MPs. Clear? We need 5 MPs. So you can say then only you can justify this formula 1 lakh, or you can say 1 MP for 1 lakh. Clear? So ultimately when I am saying 5 MPs, it means this state 1 will be divided into 5 territorial constituencies in such a way that each territorial constituency will have 1 lakh population. Clear? And they have 1 MP. Clear? So this is what you can say the basis of defining, you can say, territorial constituency. So right now, like as I told you that we have 543 seats in the Lok Sabha. Clear? So we have 543 seats in Lok Sabha. So it means our country is divided into, you can say, 543 constituencies. Clear? So our country is divided into, you can say, 543 territorial constituency, and each territorial constituency is having 1 member of parliament. Clear? So this is what you have to first understood. Clear? So ultimately, like in my example, I have taken 1 MP will represent 1 lakh, but in real sense right now what is the formula for defining territorial constituency is that 1 MP will represent 10 lakh population. Clear? So in real sense, what is the formula? That 1 MP will represent 10 lakh population. Clear? So this is the current formula to define your territorial constituency. Now here remember one thing, like when we are defining these territorial constituencies, we need to take into consideration that is census, which is conducted after every 10 years. Okay, so we have taken 1971 census as a benchmark to define our constituencies. So in 1971, or you can say according to 1971 census, we have around 54 crore population. Clear? So this was the population size in our you can say 1971. Clear? And when we divide 50 crore population by 10 lakh, so you will find 543 seats. But if you see right now what is the issue in delimitation is, clear? This is important to understand the issue. Now right now what is the issue? So you know that right now our population is around 140 crores. And if I take 10 lakh as the criteria, so ultimately we have around 1400 seats in Lok Sabha. Clear? Now southern states are saying this thing, our population is less than the northern states. So ultimately, northern states will have more seats as compared to southern states. So this is the concern. This is the concern. Clear? So ultimately, southern states are raising this concern. So that is why this topic of delimitation is important for your exam. Clear? So whenever you find any article in newspaper, so please make notes of that.